And welcome back, guys, to Let's Play Space Quest, the last chapter. And we just came into a new screen, so let's look around. There is still quite an array of plant life here. You can see a strange-looking plant at the edge of this small ledge. Okay. Let's look at the plant. There's some kind of flower on the plant. Let's take it. You unceremoniously remove the flower. You briefly imagine what it'd be like if someone took your flower without asking, but your mind drifts and we can't go there. Alright. I'm gonna go exploring a little. Whoa! Actually, I think that purple plant might eat you, but I might think about some other part of the game. Nope, apparently that's not the one. Alright, whatever. What was another little thing here? Same message as before. There's a blue funny looking creature. It is too fast for you to catch it and it won't give you anything, so leave it alone. It's so cute. I want one of those things. Just a bunch of rocks there. Well, it doesn't look going fast to me. And just more of that. More of these little creatures here. What the hell is that thing? There are a couple pink creatures scurrying around, but they don't look interesting. Yeah, they do. It's basically adventure game tacos here. Oh, sorry. You don't need anything from them, so screw them. What do we have here? Among some bushes, you see a small and crashed ship. Take a look at it. The ship is quite small. It must have been an escape vessel. Not that anybody escaped in it, and looks pretty banged up. Typo there. You can tell it's been here a while because vines have started growing up over it. It has a cockpit with a glass-like protective dome. The dome is cracked and has a hole in it. Okay, so let's look at the dome. Cockpit chamber is open due to the damage and you can see inside. There appears to be some stuff in the cockpit. You can see dead leaves and small branches that have gotten inside the cockpit, but you also notice something that is hidden among the leaves. It is a gray code card. Let's take that. You reach into the cockpit through the hole and into the dome and grab the code card. You have no way of knowing what it's for, but it's yours. All yours. You feel like you've accomplished something. You feel like you're well on your way to getting off this planet. You feel, You feel kind of sleepy and hungry, too. Great. So we get a code card. What the hell is it for? Yeah, I'm following a walkthrough right here. Sue me. Now that's the screen I went through before, but we're taking this path right here right now. Hold on one second. Let's look around in here. The huge tree to the south, lots of bushes, and you haven't seen this much bush since, okay, maybe you've never seen so much bush. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm cheating, okay, sue me. You scrape some of the mold off the bush and cram it into your never-full pockets. You hope that stuff doesn't start growing in there. Who knows what could happen. Let's eat it! You, being the complete weirdo you are, decide to chomp down on some of the mold. Okay, despite the fact that you have no idea what kind of mold this is exactly, or what it could do to you, you slam some in your mouth and start chewing. There is a very strange taste which is followed by a weird feeling. Your lungs seem full of air. You feel like, well, like you could breathe underwater. That mold must have affected and greatly increases your body's capacity to take in and process oxygen. You feel amazing. You wish you could feel like this every day. Meanwhile, up in space... Okay. Captain, we've been contacted by Kenro. He is ready to make his report. Good. Put him through immediately. Let's see if we can make some sense of what happened out there. Right away, sir. We can get him on your chair console. Okay. Kenro here, Captain. I've completed the analysis of the later fusion bomb. Can you tell me... Well, tell me how it went. What exactly happened? Sathra said it has something to do with the vessel being caught in a wake. Yes, sir, that's correct. The detonation of the bomb itself went well. The results were as we expected. I was monitoring the aftershock of the explosion, trying to get a reading on the radiation output when I noticed a small signal on my scope. Ugh. At first I thought it might have been an error due to the high radiation affecting my instruments. Didn't take me long to confirm the contact. It appeared to be a small escape vessel of some sort. I managed to lock onto the craft for long enough to confirm a life sign on board. The life form is in stasis, and life support systems appeared to be functioning on the craft, but I lost contact soon after. I was unable to determine the species of the life form or the origin of the craft. The radiation was getting worse as I proceeded into the area of detonation, and I was unable to re-establish a reading on the vessel. The last reading I got had the vessel heading toward the planet VM-X574. The directory suggested it might be caught in the gravitational pull of the planet. There was no way for me to follow the craft, screwed the voice now, so I proceeded with my analysis of the explosion and headed straight back toward the, whatever the hell the ship name is that I still can't pronounce because I'm doing this right after the other one. General, you realize the problems you could have caused in the time stream if this life form has any significant role to play in the future time period. We could have caused ripples that would wreak unknown troubles to our future timeline. How did that craft get there? I saw the sweep was done for light years around the detonation site. We did do a sweep, sir, but because of the distance we are working with, we checked for any radiation or exhaust emissions from the ships. The ship was drifting with no engines operating, so it never turned up on the scanners. It was an oversight on our part. We should have known the possibility existed that a drifting spacecraft would slip through our sweep net. We just had to get unlucky, and this ship happened to drift into the path of the explosion. We'll have to delay any future work on the bomb. We have to find out who was in that ship. I supplied Chathra with all the data on the vessel so far and download the bomb data to the research lab. Is there any way of knowing if the radiation affected the life form? Suspect it might have had some effect, but we don't know what kind of shielding the craft has. We would have to examine the life form to determine for sure. The craft might be able to tell us something as well. Depending on the shielding, we might be able to calculate any possible effects. That's provided we find the vessel or the life form. At this point, I'm certain the craft would have crashed on VM-X574. There's no way to know whether the ship or the life form survived the crash. But based on the fact that we have no idea what we're dealing with, go figure, I would suggest we proceed to the planet and try to recover the craft, hopefully with the life form still on board. I agree. We'll have to retrieve the vessel. Proceed with my orders and meet me on the bridge afterward. Captain out. Okay, so now they're going to head to the planet we're on, apparently. Sir, have you considered the possibility that the ship was supposed to get caught in the wake of the explosion? It's a possibility we need to examine, but we can't soon that to be true. Move the location of that detonation too late to think of what was supposed to happen. The ship wasn't just part of this plan. We have to confirm that life form is a non-entity as far as the future goes. If that's the case, we have nothing to worry about, and maybe this was meant to occur. But if we change a possible future through our carelessness, we'll be in for a lot of trouble. The Council will want to report, and I'll have to mention this. Let's just hope we find that life form and can confirm that it has no bearing on any future timeline. Alert every available science officer to the situation and tell them to prepare our scanners to search every inch of the planet. Get the time dilator ready to examine the life form should we find it. I hope we locate that ship. Well, that was interesting. Of course you saw or heard none of that, so pretend you didn't. Okay? Come on. It won't hurt you to just wander around the planet aimlessly as if you have no idea what's going on. Actually, there's no need for me to tell you to do that. You are doing it already!